be visualizing where the enemy could be, right? Based off like your game sense and the way you've like been dying on common angles, right? Like, oh, I've been dying on like this angle a lot. I should probably be focused pre-aiming it, right? But instead, your crosshair always like wanders about. Do you ever like
Yeah.
visualize in your head like where the enemy could be, or do you just go through the motions?
I think often I go through the motions.
Yeah, because like when you're peeking, you need to be visualizing like where they could be. Where are you gonna put your crosshair? What angle am I gonna be peeking? Am I gonna be peeking wide against an upper? Am I gonna be peeking
Yeah.
like a tight angle? Right? Like you have to go like think about these things. You can't just be like on autopilot. You know, I'm just gonna run and just kind of put my crosshair like this and just kind of like go through the motion.
Mm.
Yo, what up, guys? Today's video is all about crosshair placement and visualizing enemies. What this means is that you combine your crosshair placement, and when you're about to peek a corner, you have a mental image, so you visualize where you think an enemy is going to be and adjust your crosshair accordingly, based off your game sense, how the CTs have been playing, and what information you have. At the end of the video, I go over how to work on this. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. If you want to get a coaching session just like this, just join my Discord and give me a message, or you can always join my CS2 Improvement School. Thank you guys and enjoy. Today's video is sponsored by Rain.gg. Rain is one of the fastest growing CS2 case opening sites. Besides fun case openings, they offer game modes like case battles, upgrader, and doubles. Rain gives players free daily, weekly, and monthly cases. If you sign up with my code ISK, you get 3 free cases and a 5% deposit bonus. The site supports instant deposits and withdrawals using skins or crypto. If you want to try Rain.gg, click first link in the description and use code ISK to claim your rewards. Have fun. Was to smoke mid, go short, right? So right here, where do you think right now your crosshair is like wandering nowhere? Like it's like going to areas where you don't even need to have your crosshair. Where do you think the only like place you should be trained on right now? Towards short, right?
I was actually thinking it could be lower if somebody ran out and then was holding short from there.
I see, but then you would die anyway because your crosshair is still like wandering about in the middle of nowhere,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And even here, you see your teammate die, so your initial reaction should be instantly to react to what's happening, right?
Yep.
So instead of that, you keep running with your crosshair completely nowhere, right? It's like you're not even holding your mouse at this point, kind of thing.
Yep.
And then of course you're gonna die. Yeah, I just feel like it's like a priority. You would run, maybe look at lower for like 2-3 seconds. Right here, you're running out. You hold, like first of all, your crosshair would be at lower. You hold lower.
Yep.
As soon as your teammate dies, you instantly react to short. Instantly.
Yep.
Instead, you don't do it for some reason, and it just doesn't. Yeah, crosshair placement. Yep. Nice. You put pressure A, molly car. Nice. This is good. Going up long. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see why we don't get this kill. Okay, so we're running and shooting. We're not stopping in time. You didn't stop a single time, Quinty. A single time. Look, you didn't even press a straight one. Look. And plus, you don't need to be running so close to the smoke. Just run like right here. Why do you feel the need to go like this? Why could have just been right here? Why do you need to go so close to the smoke?
I actually remember seeing a YouTube video stating that you should run close to the smoke to be able to cross without being seen from short and maybe backside.
Who told you that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember that I've been doing it since I saw that video.
Okay, the thing is with these kind of videos is they say this, but they never say in what context you should be doing it. They probably saying when they have somebody like on like an upper fighting here, peeking, and obviously don't want to peek on this far wall. But if it's a 4v2, you don't need to be running up on this close wall because you have your teammates in short, right? How can you get peeked from short, right?
Yeah.
And this, if you run on this back line, this guy doesn't surprise you as quick, right? Yeah. So in this situation, it's totally fine to run on the back wall. Yeah.
Yep.
And here, you don't stop a single time, look.
No, I panicked.
And even after you strafed, he still started moving again, so twice. Yeah. But even right here, it's like, look where your crosshair is like wandering about. It's like you're not focused on what you're aiming at. It feels like you just like kind of just like forget that you need to have crosshair placement and just don't do it. Look right here. So you're running up short. Why are you even staring at the smoke right now?
I guess if they were breaking it.
Yeah, but you're staring at for the whole duration of you going short.
Yeah.
Like right here,
Like,
right here, and look, now it just goes feet level. Now it just goes into the wall, and
yeah.
then yeah, now you get dinged. And here, look again, back into the wall, and finally, just okay, short small lead, but again, if it wasn't molly, your cross replacement would be nowhere again, right? Yeah, you go back to your old habits. We just can't we can't fix this for some reason so far. Let's see. Again, we peak short. The peak's actually fine. Are you trying to pre-fire here?
Yeah, I knew he was on the corner, so I just was trying to trade him as fast as possible.
I don't think pre-firing was the best idea because if you don't have like your mechanics down, pre-firing isn't gonna work because look, you end up not even pre-firing anything, to be honest. Look, so you're striking out. Look what you pre-fire. Just shooting at the wall and not stopping in
Yeah.
time. Here, I think you just wide out and get the trade instead of focusing on pre-firing here. And even here, you don't stop a single time. Look, so you peek short. You're running, and then you're moving again. You're moving
Yeah.
again. Look, you don't want a single shot. Yeah. Okay, and we're moving and shooting again, man. I don't know how to make you fucking stop on time, bro.
I've been doing this for 25 years, remember?
Let's see.
Uh,
So, you, like, pathing is fine. You go to trade. Like, where's your crosshair again? Right here. It's just nowhere. And then, look.
Yeah.
And then, you do two sins. You're running backwards. And you're shooting and not stopping.
Yeah.
And you're moving again. Yep. And then you don't, okay, so three sins in one. You don't stop, like, you're running, holding S, so running backwards, shooting backwards, and then you don't even let your recoil to reset. Look, so running backwards, then
Shooting.
you crouch, you stand back up, and you don't even let your recoil to reset. So your bullets just go, okay, finally, there we go. That was way better, finally, we got the kill. But again, it should have been, you should have got that kill like 10 seconds ago, right?
Yep.
That was a good, nice. Right here, I'll probably reposition. Yes, nice. But don't make noise, don't make so much noise. You're making so much noise, man. You can't be making so much noise. You know they're close, right? You 100% you know they're behind the door smoke, right? You know.
Yep.
So why are you making so much noise? Why would you want to give away information about yourself right here? They don't know about
I cannot. Yeah, I cannot panic because my teammate came into my corner and I tried to move left to get away, but he blocked me,
Yeah,
and I
but
was like,
this is
"Shit, I need
this
to."
is a good position right here. Just shift, and the smoke is still up. You can easily just shift across, right? You don't need to be making all this noise.
Yeah, okay. So, but I should just have stayed in this position,
Yeah,
basically.
just stay here. Yeah, and play right here.
Yeah.
But you turn your back. You're making noise and you turn your back to this. You can't.
I think the reason was that somebody said that tunnel was coming, so
Yeah,
I was
but like
going to.
your priorities are completely off. You should first get into a good position and then molly it, right? You can't be
Yeah.
just running out, making noise. Oh, tunnels, and my attention is to tunnels, but there's two guys already closed door.
Yeah.
Again, your crosshair is wandering again, man. It's like you're not focused on things sometimes. It just feels like to me. Like right here, you should be focused every single time. Like right here, it's such a common peak like this, and right here, it's like, look where your crosshair is, right? Like where is it?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's better, but then again, you're just like, you have to first be expecting like clearing these angles. Right now, you're setting up your crosshair to peek deep short, but you're not clearing this. This is the first area you clear, then go short. You're already putting your crosshair into the wall and walking out without clearing all this, man. And even here, you're standing still fully, look. Like right here, you should be moving, or at least making it hard right here. You're standing still and walking forward.
Yeah.
What was your
But
question?
do you think it would be beneficial for me to actively try to play slower? I
No.
think because in my mind now but I'm racing like now we need to take short and I'm like okay,
No, you don't need to be. Why would you
prepare.
play slower? Why would you play
I
slower?
just to so I could think it through before I do things.
No, you don't like. If you think about every single key press, you're gonna be way worse. In CS, you don't need to be like good players. They don't think about like how to say, oh, what key am I gonna press here? You know, they obviously think about their decisions. You mean like decision making or like what keys you press?
Now decision making, like okay, now I'm going to clear the first part of short. Okay, that's clear. Then I can move up and then clear the next part and then the next part instead of like basically running and gunning like I do now.
Yeah, but right here you're not. You're playing super slow. You're not running and gunning. That's the thing.
Yeah, but maybe I'm kind of rushing it in my head
Maybe you
because
are.
now
Yeah,
it's
maybe you are. Maybe you like. Yeah, you like. You're kind of careless. Your aim is always wandering. Like you need to be visualizing where the enemy could be, right? Based off like your game sense and the way you've like been dying on common angles, right? Like, oh, I've been dying on like this angle a lot. I should probably be focused pre-aiming it, right? But instead, your crosshair always like wanders about. Do you ever like
yeah.
visualize in your head like where the enemy could be, or do you just go through the motions?
I think often I go through the motions.
Yeah, because like when you're peeking, you need to be visualizing like where they could be, where are you gonna put your crosshair, what angle am I gonna be peeking? Am I gonna be peeking wide against an upper? Am I gonna be
Yeah.
peeking like a tight angle, right? Like you have to go like think about these things. You can't just be like on autopilot, you know? I'm just gonna run and just kind of put my crosshair like this and just kind of like go through the
Mm.
motions.
Yeah. I think
And
that might be part of the problem. Yeah.
yeah, that's what it looks like to me because your crosshair is, if you notice, you never expect you always get caught off guard. You're never expecting people to be peeking into you. Like right here, this is such a common peek. So the short money comes in, the CTs go reaggress. So right here, you should be going to the corner, waiting a bit, strafing. Right, we wait a bit, then we go out, we clear this, we clear that, wide swing, right? Instead, we're just kind of like just walking through it without even like putting our crosshair where we're expecting the enemy. I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest issue so far. It's like you don't anticipate peaks from other players, and it's like you're playing like I would say like refrag X-fire mode, where you just clear this, okay, go back, clear this, but you also like it's different in the 5v5. You have to be anticipating people's plays, not just like relying on like I'm just gonna clear angle by angle and expect people to be in like these common spots, right? Because
Mm.
it's like a
Yeah.
dynamic reactionary game. People won't be standing in like the same places every time. I think the problem here is your pathing. I think the pathing you take is you go here, you maybe flash mid, and then you jump up from Xbox to short. Not take this pathing because obviously there's a gap in the smoke, right? And what
Mm.
any like level 5 upper would do is like, oh, there's a gap, I'm gonna hold short, right? So instead of
Yeah.
flashing like this and taking this pathing on the right, you go from lower, you flash mid, right, and then you jump up here and take what blue did instead of going like this. And even
Okay.
here,
Yeah.
you didn't stop on time, look. You see where your bullet went? You're running forward and shooting. Yeah.
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 But would you have anticipated that fight and
Yeah.
basically tried
Yeah.
to?
As soon as
Uh,
I see, like, as soon as you throw a smoke, you have to realize that how the CTs would react. Like, put yourself in their position. If you're upping mid and the T's do a bad mid smoke, you're obviously gonna be holding catwalk, right?
yeah.
So, and this is such a common position right here with ops that you should be like you should be anticipating. Like I would be anticipating it if the smoke was bad every single time. If I go out mid and I realize somebody missed the mid smoke, I say, yo guys, care mid, right? Care bad smoke. I say that so people anticipate in their brains, oh, it's a bad smoke, I should be more careful here. I shouldn't just run up dry here, right? I should maybe use a
Mm.
flash or go from lower mid to Xbox too short, or flash mid, or have my opera like search here, right?
Yep.
In this lesson, we're going to talk about cross replacement slash enemy visualization. So what this means is, with the person I just coached, the problem he had is when he was about to take space somewhere, his crosshair was kind of like wandering about and he wasn't really focused on what was happening right in front of him. So you can't just be kind of like, so how he was doing it. He's kind of running out and he goes here and his crosshair is just like right here, and he's just going out like this, and he skips like all of these angles where you can get peeked from, as well as CTs like to reaggress here and take fights. So you have to be always putting your crosshair where you expect to take your fight next. So if you want to clear short, you can't just come up short and already position your crosshair like this and go for the peak before you've cleared all of these angles. Same thing here, if you get into this forward position, then you're going to position your crosshair and already have a mental image of where the CT could be, based on your game sense, how you've been dying, and common plays that the CTs or Ts do whatever position it is. So if I'm here, I already have somewhat of an idea how I can get peaked from where and like where I should put my crosshair. So I'm not just gonna go out and already be like, just having my crosshair like this, peeking the next angle. I'm gonna first hold here and I'm gonna position my crosshair exactly to where the player is gonna be. Then I'm gonna start moving again. I'm gonna tuck in, wait a bit, peek out, hold. And once I've cleared all these angles, then I can peek. So we can't be forgetting about common angles and just putting our crosshair. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's good to pre-aim, but we have to take it in like step by step. Obviously there's times where you can do like a fast round and you can just like swing out here and take this control, but majority of the time, even when you're going fast, you still have to be visualizing where you can get peeked from and then swing the final angle instead of running out and positioning your crosshair like this already. You have to be always aware where the player could be. And if you have like a mental image of in your brain where the player could be, how you think he's going to be standing, then it makes it so much easier to pre-aim and adjust your crosshair rather than play as if it's like a refrag map where you just like clear this, okay, next angle, okay, I'm just walking in a straight line, right, now I clear this, clear. You have to be actively expecting every single peak. So not straight lining, always having your crosshair where you think the enemy is going to be, and not just like missing out on all these important steps. I hope it was somewhat useful to you guys, and let me know if this works for you. And yeah, try it out in your games. Try to have your crosshair always where you could be expecting the enemy. A good example is right here. When you get into this position, CTs like to reaggress with ops. They like to reaggress with ops from here and peek, or even with a M4. So how should your crosshair be? It shouldn't be just right here, just waiting. You should be actively holding for the push and expecting where the enemy could be. Ideally from here, because it's a better angle. But again, you should always be pre-aiming and expecting fights and visualizing how you can get peeked from every single time.